Good evening, Gemini. There's another collective reading for you, so please be aware that this is a collective reading, and as such, it will not resonate with each and every Gemini or cross-watcher that's viewing the video. It is also a timeless reading, so it's not important that you're seeing this video close to the time it was created, but rather that if Spirit gives you an intuitive nudge, then you'll know there's a message in the video for you. Also, Tarot is genderless. And so if a reference is made to a court card, for instance, a King of Swords, it's not saying that that is necessarily a male. It could be a feminine holding masculine energy. So you will have to resonate and see how it fits with you. So again, with everything, please only take what resonates with you and leave the rest for someone else. With that in mind, Gemini, let's start off. Now, the first card out of the deck always holds the most energy. And this card at a later time fell perpendicular onto the first card. So the first card is the Three of Wands. So Gemini, many of you in the collective are at a point now to where that you are sure of your destination. You are at the dock. Your bags are packed and ready to go. But for whatever reason, you have not taken off. But you are in position. And that is further backed up by the Ten of Swords in reverse. There is a painful situation that you are putting behind you, and you are beginning to heal and recover from it. And so that is going to, I believe, allow you to make forward movement at a certain time. Oh, my little pumpkin, he went off again. He's having some problems with his connectivity. So I suspect some of you may be having some issues connecting as well. But someone has put down a battle. And they basically said, you know what, I'm done. I don't want to play games anymore. I don't want any competition. I'm done. And it was someone who was in their Queen of Swords energy. It was very efficient. It was very cutting. The words were calculated. And that's all she wrote. And that is next to the Devil in reverse. And so that's saying that basically this energy is breaking free from a turmoil in their life. They are breaking free from possibly a codependent situation, an addiction, something that has them bound. They are breaking free from it. And I believe the person involved wants to have a truce with you, Gemini, because the little clarifier of truce is there. I see you, though, now focusing on, your ideal home. And you're putting some research, I believe, into either building a home or looking for a home at this time. And I believe you have your eye on a Queen of Cups. It is overlapping the Four of Wands and the Six of Cups. So this is a person of interest from your past that you have some fond memories of. But there is also an energy coming in, though, of a King of Pentacles in reverse, which is someone who is greedy and, low morals, someone of just not good character. And the Five of Swords is next to that in reverse. So again, I believe that you're moving to a more positive place, but it's requiring that you have to deal, unfortunately, with a person that holds this kind of energy. You're just basically saying, look, I'm done. I just really don't want to play games anymore. And we've got the vibes card here. And so I think somebody is picking up again that there's something in your future. I think a lot of you are picking up on the fact that there is a love coming in for you, or a partnership of some kind. It may be romantic, it may be just a work relationship, but a partnership coming in. So I think you're kind of getting a feeling that partnership is about ready to blossom. There's also an offer that is being made. We have the Page of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. So this has been very long in coming, Gemini, very slow. But the wonderful thing about the Knight of Pentacles is he is dependable. She is dependable. So this may be slow, but when it comes in, it's solid. But this person also has a passionate side, because the Page of Wands is the one delivering this message. And that's next to the Tower card. So someone is going to be shocked by whatever this message is that's full of passion. And then we have the Eight of Wands here. So there's a lot of back and forward movement, with respect to whatever this message is. And then the messages really start coming fast and furious here. And there's someone, I believe, half of that communication is with someone who holds a King of Swords energy. The King of Swords is a professional. The King of Swords is someone who uses their intellect over their heart. He can use his heart, but where he starts from is from his intellect. And he has the sword ready. You know, he is ready to deliver a swift blow. He is ready to deliver the truth. So it's a very, not such a warm and fuzzy energy, but one that gets the job done. Now, someone I see, though, is getting a little impatient. They've taken kind of a time out, you know, to kind of recover from something, but they're getting restless at this point. And so, again, a decision is having to be made again about, you know, where do I want to go at this point? So you have a decision that's being made for this new start in either love or businesses, or excuse me, love or a business partner or a family member. It could be any of those people holding that energy. Then I had 3 cards that landed together perpendicular. That's the 4 of Cups in reverse. That is the Star upright and Death in reverse. So what that's telling me is someone that initially, Gemini, there was someone you were looking at, but now you're kind of reconsidering. You weren't interested at first, but now you're really strongly beginning to reconsider. And you're looking at it and realizing this is a blessing. This is a blessing from God. You have Death reverse, so something is coming back from the dead. I believe this is a reconciliation with someone from your past. And that's also verified by that 6 of Cups up here. So that's kind of the overall theme to this. So let me give you some additional cards that I have. Okay, I also pulled out a card of creation. Fierceness is in reverse. Sacred Ibis, Chameleon, Armadillo, the Soul in reverse, and Tiger. Now, I think that you have not been as passionate lately, Gemini, as usual, you know, with respect to what you have in your life that is your creative way of expressing yourself. But your creativity in some way has not been as strong as it often is. But I do believe many of you are beginning to go through some spiritual awakenings at the moment. This card also, the number on it is 22, which is a master number. So it's a very high vibrational number. So a lot of you Geminis have been doing a great deal of work, and that's followed by 33. So we have a 33 and we have a 22. Both are master numbers. So there is something important going on, Gemini, but this is about change. You know, chameleons change. So definitely there are changes going on in your life. But at the same time, you are remaining grounded, Gemini, which is wonderful. That's exactly what you need to be doing. Now, this card is the Soul, and it's in reverse. So again, I think someone is in the process of transforming. They're in the process of going through an ascension and advancing their spiritual growth. This is about will, okay? So I believe, Gemini, you're very determined to see this through, and there'll be many benefits that you get from it. Now, there are some in the Gemini collective too. I have the card about, you know, paying attention to your health. So, but Gemini, I think many of you have experienced a heartache recently, but you're beginning to kind of overcome those obstacles. The Spirit is saying, though, there is going to be a situation that you're going to find yourself in that you're going to need to get out of, possibly in November. Either that or November may resonate in a different way with you. It may be a birth month or something significant happened in November. But I do see the birth or conception of a child or enterprise. You're going to be taking a journey, either physical or mental. And Gemini, Spirit is saying that you are on the road to success, so someone needs to hear that. There's been a misunderstanding, though, that you're going to need to get cleared up. And you're also going to need to pay attention to your finances. But Spirit is also saying, don't forget to go out and have some fun. Now, Gemini, someone who is at a distance away from you is thinking of you at this moment, and possibly about the opportunities between some kind of a collaboration, because we have another card here about news of a birth or a new business opportunity. It could be romantic as well, so I think somebody is definitely thinking about it. Bridge is successfully overcoming a problem. So there's been a misunderstanding. You're on the road to success. You're moving through, Gemini, after having had a loss and after having someone leave your life in some fashion. It doesn't have to mean a death. It could be a breakup of some kind, or for whatever reason somebody moved away, but some kind of an absence. But you are going to have happiness, and many are going to have a new job, career, and the last card I pulled, Gemini, is marriage. So many of you, I believe, are going to be getting married before too much longer. Now, someone has a mask that they're wearing, so they're not presenting their authentic self, and that was one of the things I saw through several of these decks, where Spirit is saying, Gemini, there are those of you in the collective that really need to be your authentic self. Be yourself. Don't be someone else. Spirit is saying this is important at this time for you to adopt that behavior, that attitude. There are many of you, I think, who are seeking solace with Spirit, which is wonderful, because you're wanting to release something that is not serving your higher purpose. You have not released it yet, but you're in the process of doing it, so bravo. And also, you are wanting to start up with more creativity and a desire to, to bring some new things into being. You're also going to find there's going to be an ending of one kind. And don't forget here, that's backed up by the cards here saying that suffering over a loss and that someone is leaving your life, someone or something. So, again, there is a completion coming up. But Gemini, you have discovered some things along this painful process. And be aware, there are going to be people gossiping, but don't let it bother you. Let them do what they're going to do. Just stay in your high vibration. Keep your peacefulness, keep your calmness, even though things around you may not be that way. You're going to have to be honest, though, Gemini. Many Geminis out there have not been honest. There's someone that you love that you have not said this to, that you feel a strong kindred spirit with. So this is something Spirit is saying that the time has come. You're going to need to speak your truth. And if you do, it will bring you growth. Now, this is from my fairy deck, and I do love these cards. The first card I have out, and I'll try to get you a good, is the Brat, but it's in reverse. Now, there are some of you, I believe, that are actually through this process, through all of this pain and this transformation, you really are transforming. Many of you perhaps might have been a little, you weren't longing for many things. You pretty much had a lot of what you needed and a little bit extra. And, so right now, though, I think you're kind of beginning to move past that and to look at things more from, your soul's perspective. Many of you were not putting up boundaries, and boundaries are really important. You're going to have your boundaries set in order to maintain this peace. And so reevaluate what boundaries you want to have with other people. This is the second card about discovery, Gemini. So please spend time as much as you can out, and with Spirit, and Spirit is going to share with you these messages that they have. So this is the second card about discovery. So you definitely, Spirit is wanting to make contact. Always is in reverse. So I believe that it's saying that there are many of you out there who are wanting to have like a lifelong commitment with someone that you're in love with. But Spirit is saying you have to be in love with yourself first, before this can manifest. That is important, that you have that balance, that you love yourself first. And it's there, a lot of Geminis, and this is very common because Geminis are such good, they can handle several things at once without a problem. You're going to have an even more demanding act to balance things out, though, Gemini. So you're going to probably come into a very busy period. And that is right next to fire element, passion. So I think that, again, this is another card. Spirit is talking about your creativity kind of percolating again. And this is another card about that. So passion of some kind, something you're passionate about. You're having a hard time finding the time, balancing everything out. But these cards are upright, so you're managing to do it. And dandelions. You know what? I have totally forgotten what dandelions was. And I'm not getting any energy from it. So let me see what the book says. Perspective. Yes. It's talking about how, let's see. It says, realize that you project what you think onto yourself, others, and situations. Your thoughts and words are the seeds that you plant. When we make limiting statements, we actually are sending out energy that can affect other people. These are not mere words and thoughts. They have substance and power. So Spirit is saying, watch what you're saying, okay? You are getting this creative juices going and kind of getting excited because you're getting some of your mojo back, but they're saying that it's important, it's important. When fairies go bad is 10. So I think this is saying that, there are those of us who have some mistakes that we've done, maybe things, ways that we've behaved we're not happy with. But, just look at that and learn from that and move beyond that, Gemini. Now, autumn was on its side around here. And so I think that there's going to be, your creativity is going to really, really be on point this fall. And I think that, I think that you're going to be able to kind of change some behavioral issues, maybe that you're not happy with at this time, through the fall. And again, it's going to be difficult because you've got so many things going on, but you also have the source of magic. And so you are manifesting a lot right now, Gemini. So there are going to be things coming into fruition. Now, whenever I pull my fairy cards out, I have to get my fairy dust cards. So here's what I have from fairy dust for you, Gemini. It says, courage, young heart. Stand tall. Do not let the love decrease. You are a warrior of peace. Portals. Where do we play? In nature, that's where. The garden gate will take you there. So Spirit is saying it's important to spend time outside. And then fairy guides. Whenever you are feeling blue, do not fear. The fairies are protecting you. So Spirit's saying that there is angelic protection around you. But there are Geminis that need to work through their fears. These fears are holding them back from this manifestation. So it's important, Gemini, that you work through those. Now, this was in reverse. Show the world the real you. That's why I say many of you are not being authentic. And you need to be authentic. Be yourself. And if you do, there's going to be powerful change. But many Geminis are not feeling confident at this time. So you're going to need to work on your confidence as well. You're also going to need to develop a practical plan. But remember, Gemini, nothing is set in stone yet. So a lot of these things are still unfolding, okay? Now, I believe there are some Geminis that recently have gone through some kind of a disharmony or a breakup in a relationship, because the Alliance card is in reverse next to the 8th house card. And I think you're healing from that separation. You have the Strength card upright, so it is taking a lot out of you, but you are managing to just kind of push through. So I think with respect, though, to your work and how you're seen by, the world at large as far as your career goes, you're working on improving your situation at work. You're not quite there, but I think you're really going to work hard because you want to see some growth in your business. For many Geminis, again, that won't resonate with everyone, but you're at the time you want to expand, but it's just not quite here. So divine timing, it will eventually, but it's not at this point. So there's a little bit of a stalemate. But I think part of that's because you're having to really look this over thoroughly. You want to see things clearly and make sure that you look at everything involved. And you're having a little bit of difficulty doing it. I think there's a little confusion, a little mental confusion right now. Possibly to do with a partnership. So I see a partnership coming in for some Geminis, but right now you're not acting on it. It will be in again with divine timing. And the last card here is home. And that landed kind of in the center. So that tells me that home is going to be extremely important and something that many Geminis are wanting to kind of perhaps spend more time at home, but home is going to become important at this time. Gemini, Spirit's saying that you are going to have a wish that is granted. Many Geminis are going to be traveling. They're going to be traveling before the end of the fall. Now, there's some that are considering getting into a new career, but no decision as of yet. And many of you are going to be moving to a new home. Spirit is also suggesting that get some exercise and spend some time outside, kind of taking time to smell the flowers, seize the day. Get as much beauty and enjoyment from the day as you can. And the Winter card was the last card, and it says, the answers to your prayers and affirmations are fully realized in the winter months. So Gemini, there's going to be some completions. You're going to start seeing some things come into fruition in the winter months. And the last cards I want to share with you are the angel numbers. So we have 4444, sign of divine intervention. The universe has heard your request, Gemini. We have 888, sign of abundance. You will have great abundance coming your way. I like it. 999, sign of a completion. You are finishing a chapter to start the next. And I did see a few tens in here, so that backs that up definitely. And then right after 999, sign of completion, you got 1010, sign of a new path awaits. Let your soul growth and trust in new beginnings. Gemini, that is wonderful. And I have been seeing, this is further confirmation that this will be, you're in this reading. If you've been seeing these numbers a lot, I have been seeing personally 1010. And again, I have a Gemini moon. So in this way, I'm a part of the collective as well. So Gemini, that's what I have for you, and I hope it gives you some clarity and some hope and some comfort. So please, I send you all blessings and love, and I say shine bright all, and please be kind.